Good evening, everyone, and welcome. If y'all could give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me, just want to make sure everyone can hear me. Yes, no, there it is. Thank you. I'm seeing the thumbs. Awesome. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our thank you, thumbs up from Kyle. Kyle, thank you for that. For welcoming you all to our quarterly happy hour that we have about recruitment for our Mind Trust or the Mind Trust School Fellowship. We're really excited to have you all here. My name is Paula Glover. I am the Director of Recruitment and Project Management here at the Mind Trust, and I sit on the schools team. We'll go through who's on the schools team here in a moment, but again, we're just really excited and happy to have you all here. What's going to happen today is that we're going to have a brief presentation here to do an overview about the fellowship, talk through the application, provide some additional kind of information around the application, and then also provide for you some key dates and also resources for you that you'll be able to take advantage of. After our time together today, I will send out this portion to you all so that you'll have it for your reference. Also, with this, you will be able to, after the presentation, network with Luke and Jenny and Jasmine, who are members of the schools team, to be able to chat with them about what's going on with you and introducing yourself. And that's the networking portion. Again, this is all made possible through Remo, which is kind of exciting. Remo has some awesome things. And this is one of the platforms that we use for this particular event. So without further ado, as my grandma would say, I am going to go ahead and share my screen and present the presentation to you all. If you have any questions, please feel free to place them into the chat and we'll get to them as quickly as we can. So let's share screen, shall we? All right, so the hamster enters the wheel and it is loading. Awesome sauce. So again, welcome everybody. Tonight, I want to introduce you to these illustrious, I think it's illustrious people. I'm sure Luke Lennon, our English resident, and Jenny, who is also very good in English, will be able to let me know if that was incorrect or correct. But this is our awesome sauce team, and we do have a few of these folks on the line with us today. So we have Luke Lennon, who is our senior director of schools. We have, and Luke's role is really one where he works to support our existing schools, as well as he is a person that is spearheading our fellowship. So if you have any questions about the fellowship at all, you might want to head over to Luke's table. It's called Luke Lennon's Layer of Knowledge to be able to get that information. We also have Jenny Klonks here today. She's our Senior Director of Talent. And Jenny is about all things that have to do with moving the needle on getting that talent here into our ecosystem here in Indianapolis. We also have Jasmine Sanders on our call today, and Jasmine is new to our team. She's an educator that joined our team as a manager of school support and incubation. Oh, I forgot to mention, Jenny's area is called Jenny's Knowledge of Fun. Jenny's Jumpstart and Fun is the name of her table. Forgot to mention that. Shout you out there, Jenny. Jasmine's table is Jasmine's Mind Trust of knowledge of all the things. And Jasmine can talk to you a little bit about what it's like here in Indianapolis to teach, because she's been doing it for the past 4 or 5 years. And then I cannot forget our awesome senior vice president, our leader, Kelly Marshall. She's not able to be here today. She is actually leading class for a principal program called EPPSP at Butler University. She's facilitating that class. And then, of course, there I am in the corner, and I'm Director of Recruitment and Project Management. So our agenda for this evening, we're going to do an overview of the Mind Trust for those of you that may not be familiar with who we are in our work. We'll do a slight overview of the fellowship and talk about qualifications and characteristics of a fellow. Then we'll jump into the statement of intent application. What I wanted to do there is that I really wanted to be able to have you all get a glimpse of what it was like in that particular in our particular platform that we utilize for the fellowship application. So we'll have some screenshots that'll kind of walk you through it. Again, at the end, you'll get a copy of this recording as well as a YouTube video that I take and walk you through how to access the application. We'll also then review dates to remember, talk about some resources, and then I'll take your questions that you may have here in the presentation mode. If you're not ready to ask questions within the presentation mode, what we can do is that when we get back to the networking floor, feel free to ask those questions. So I want to take a moment and give you all a second to really review the Mind Trust and our mission and vision. Here at the Mind Trust, we really strive to provide every Indianapolis student access to an excellent education. And how we do this is that we amplify the power of neighborhoods and communities to lead education change, supporting schools to grow and excel in a thriving education ecosystem, and with that, disrupting systemic racism in education. You know what I love about this place, and this is the reason why I came here 3 years ago. I totally left corporate America, and it was because of this mission and vision statement. I really wanted to have meaningful work and work with a nonprofit that was doing something with the community and not to the community. I hope that makes sense. And if you understand, give me a thumbs up. So that is one of the really big pillars that we have here at the Mind Trust, and we line up to all the way down the line. Also, with that, we believe that Indianapolis, will be a city where every kiddo, I call them babies because all the students are babies to me, but every child has access to an excellent education. And with that, in pursuit of a day when race and income are no longer predictors of life outcomes. I don't know about you, but that makes me smile every single day. It is actually my North Star. And so when you're hearing about this with our background, that's one thing that you want to make sure that you're aligned to, that you are in pursuit of that day when race and income are no longer predictors of life outcomes. So, a little bit of background about the Mind Trust. We were founded in 2006. So, I have a funny story. I'm a storyteller by nature. And somebody had mentioned something that happened 30 years ago, and I was thinking it was in the 1970s. And that was really in like the 1990s. But anyway, so the 2006, we're getting up in the teenage years here at the Mind Trust. And it was on a journey to transform Indianapolis's our educational landscape here. And really, the ultimate goal of why we were founded was with by former Mayor Bart Peterson and David Harris, is that we wanted to achieve lasting systemic change. And with that, create better opportunities. And notice we say this here for all kindergarten through 12th grade students. So when we're looking for fellows for our school fellowship, it's within that K through 12 realm, not the pre-K and not the post-secondary education, but right in that sweet spot of K through 12. So you may be asking yourself, okay, I line up with everything that Ms. Paula's saying. I firmly believe that all children should have access to a high quality education. I feel like this is for me. Let's talk through some of the qualifications that we look for that will make you successful for the Mind Trust School Fellowship. First and foremost, we are looking for those experienced leaders with demonstrated track record of improving academic outcomes for all students. So you will notice on the application, we ask for artifacts that prove, that provide that evidence around you improving those academic outcomes. And we also ask that that data be disaggregated by race so that we're understanding that you are truly committed to those outcomes for all students. We're also looking for leaders that have experience in coaching and developing adults to deliver high quality instruction. We here at the Mind Trust understand that it's more than just the students receiving coaching and development, but it also lies with the adults because they are the ones that are in front of the students every single day. And so we want to make sure that our leaders understand the importance of developing staff. We also are looking for those folks that have experience managing teams through change. You know, it's kind of funny. My grandmother used to say all the time, in everything that happens in life, the only thing that's constant is change. And it's important for us to have those leaders that have the ability to kind of ride the wave, if you will, and being able to be resilient and flexible in those change moments. Also, those leaders that have demonstrated evidence in developing strong systems and protocols that support organizational culture. You're talking to a project manager through and through right here in front of you. It's me with these two thumbs, Paula Glover. And I am a firm believer in strong systems and protocols. What that does, that requires a safety net around for adults so we feel safe, we know we're taken care of. We do that in the classroom too, every single day. And so that's another aspect we look for. And then finally, and not less of a qualification, but it is still a qualification, even though it's the last one, we want to see folks that are committed to equity and inclusion. We specifically ask a question within the statement of intent application around what is your definition of equity? What does that look like? We're not asking for your textbook answer. We want to truly know what that is for you and how that shows up or is evident in how you lead. Continuing on, and this one is crucial. High expectations for who? All students, and a proven dedication to diversity, equity, and inclusion. I read an op-ed, I think it was today, or it might have been yesterday. The days are running together. Any hoozle, I read this op-ed that was talking about with the COVID pandemic and how sometimes when we had our babies learning online, that for some teachers, they lost those high expectations. And now those high expectations are back into the classroom, and students are like, no, they're bucking against it. And so leading students through that and still having that expectation that you're going to get your work done. Also, we're looking for folks that have that entrepreneurial drive, that communicate resilience, fortitude, visionary, in solutions for intractable challenges. You're going to get knocked down. Talk to Luke Lennon about that when you stop by his table, about how you get knocked down in this work. And it's got to be, I love Disney movies, and I don't even know if this is a Disney movie. Y'all let me know in the comments if it's not. But it was called Kung Fu Panda, and it was in the beginning part where Po the panda was joining the karate school, and they put him on like the baby plan, and it was like he hit the thing and then it popped back up and you had to hit it again. That's kind of like the way you have to be as a school leader. Not like Po continually hitting, but like the thing that was popping back up as he was hitting it. And then last but not least, that leader that has that charismatic style that motivates stakeholders. My daddy has a saying, you can't be a leader without any followers. So you have to be able to gather people and garner their support of what your idea is, your school, etc. So I talked about this a little bit, and as you begin to think about what you're going to write or what some of the questions are. Some of the questions that we ask within the application are around your leadership journey. How did you get to where you are today? Now, let me be clear on this. You want to be able to provide that leadership journey, not starting when you were in second grade on a Tuesday and you were in Mr. Wilson's class and you just knew you wanted to be a teacher, but really starting at the point where you were getting your teeth into the leadership journey. Talking about your equity mindset, looking at student achievement and making sure that you have that evidence of your student achievement. And then if applicable, if you have any turnaround experience, we do ask about that and letting us know what was your role within that turnaround experience. So let's talk about what the application looks like. So when you log into our community page, and how you do this, you'll have the link that you'll click on within our web page, and then on there you have to create an account. Once you create that account, you will then click on applications. After that, that will bring you to our applications page, and you will see under new innovation. It'll actually say the Mind Trust School Fellowship, and you'll just click apply. One thing to note is that in the corner here, there will be a link to our webpage where you will have access to a Word copy or PDF copy of the actual Mind Trust School Fellowship application questions, where you can begin to jot them down, wordsmith, etc. After you click new, that will open it up for you, and we'll get a nice little welcome from us with some information to learn more about our school fellowship. Now, this statement of intent portion is due on January 9th of 2023. Hi, it says 2022. We'll get that fixed at 11:59. The first part is just asking major questions around your personal, your name, your resume, have that ready to be uploaded, etc. You can stop and start this application at any time, noting that once you go back into the portal to reopen your application, you'll have to click on continue, and then that will allow you to continue your application. Again, you'll have access to a YouTube video that will take you through the steps on getting your account set up, as well as your steps for accessing the application. So again, the application opened last week, September 15th. It will be due on January 9th of 2023. Never thought I'd be saying that and not be in a flying car with George Jetson. Anywhoozle, we are also offering office hours. So those will be 2-hour blocks of time offered twice a week. Hosted by yours truly, where you can come in, you can register for them and come in and ask me questions. Those particular office hours will only be open to up to 10 people. So it's a very intimate time for you to ask questions, and those start on October 3rd. Last but not least, mark your calendar. We have a free application workshop being given by ProFellow on October 14th at 1 p.m. After this is over, I'll also include a link for you to be able to access that information. If you're looking for any resources, our website is chocked full of resources for you. There's also these happy hours that occur, or you can talk to me, Paula Glover, at pglover@themindtrust.org. I'm going to stop sharing and check in. Uh-oh, the screen was frozen. Is it better now? Can you see me? All right, I'm going to stop sharing and see if there's any questions at all from anyone. Oh, there is one. So are we eligible for the program if we are based out of the United States? Thank you for asking that question. At this time, the Mind Trust is not able to have folks that are outside of the United States. And this is where we are at this time. We're looking for folks that are within the United States. Okay, let's see, another question. Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. And I got Kyle's message. Awesome. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to head back into the networking stage. You can go ahead. Oh, let me stop recording.